So gonna get into doing a painting. I wasn't really planning on making this video this week or doing this painting. Kind of just came off this idea half an hour ago when I was at the supermarket. Pretty much I saw online there was like these two jewelry artists kind of beefing over like who came up with this dog tag idea. But yeah, no, I was just thinking about it today. You hear the phrase kind of steal like an artist get thrown around a lot in the art world, and I think it's just like a pretty interesting conversation. Now, these are kind of just my thoughts. I don't think it's a right or wrong way to think about this kind of stuff. It's just crazy when you see artists call out other artists, especially like online, for like so much like copying their art or their idea. I'm not a big believer in like calling out any artist for anything. I think if you see an artist and they're doing something that you don't like, then like just fuck it, leave them, let them do what they want to do. Mostly all types of art you could ever want to do, styles you could ever want to do, like everything has pretty much already been done. It's kind of crazy how sometimes your world becomes so small that you only think about like the art going on around you, when realistically like I'll do paintings and things and be like, I feel like I'm figuring out like my own kind of direction. I'll see other artists like pop up in my social media feeds and they'll be like pretty much making similar identical stuff to like what I'm making. Like might be doing like collage works, might be doing pop arty kind of styles and all that kind of stuff. For me, the kind of like only difference that separates like a lot of things is the narrative or the story that you're telling. I'm a big like believer in that like art should be influenced by life or things around you. It doesn't always have to be. Some people just make things because like they want to make something that looks cool. I mean, I do that sometimes as well. But I think like, especially with even my last few videos that I've been making, a lot of them has just been like me painting in here, where the ones before that were kind of more vlogging kind of style. And I like to do more that kind of style because I want to show my life with my paintings, because obviously my life influences my paintings. Yeah, I don't know. I just find it fucking absolutely wild when people kind of call each other out online for shit like that, when realistically like the world's a massive place. It doesn't really fucking matter. There's always different audiences to sell your art to, or if you're just like creating art, then it shouldn't really matter. Yeah, that's kind of my little rant to start this off. I don't know, I just kind of hate that shit. I hate when people fucking rip on other artists. Like, it's easy to just not say anything and who cares, just do your own thing. So yeah, I know I was at the supermarket and wearing this hoodie. This hoodie's super bright and it's kind of like the color of my kind of personal branding. And I've always kind of wanted to make my own like hoodie or hat or whatever like this. And then I was also just looking at Harley Davidson logo. Big fan of like Harley Davidsons. Grew up riding motorbikes, dirt bikes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, got a bit of inspiration of just like trying to make like a Harley Davidson styled piece and using that kind of inspiration from just seeing all that stuff going on today. Yeah, nothing really crazy, just kind of having fun with this one. Not really going to be part of the series that I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, kind of just doing a painting for myself. Alright, so it's pretty late right now. I think it's probably getting close to 10, and I'm mowing grass in the morning nice and early. So I'm pretty much just gonna try get into doing as much as this base painting as I can, and then maybe tomorrow afternoon, see how I feel after work, we'll try and get some of like the actual designs in. It's also pretty cold right now, so I don't know how fast this is gonna dry. Alright, morning everyone. Got a big day ahead on the whippersnippers this morning. It's kind of the joys of being a part-time artist. Also forgot my sunglasses this morning, which if you've ever done any whippersnipping, it's like fucking constant pellets going for your eyes. So I picked up some little gas station dirty dogs, 20 bucks. What do you reckon? Alright, I'll see you guys this afternoon. We can do some more painting. Holy cooked. Such a big day. I need to get some more paint. I ran out of paint last night, so I need to, I think the paint like section where I normally get my paints from is gonna be closed, but I'm gonna try swing by like a convenient or like a hardware store that sells paints, so see how we go. Pretty successful trip to the hardware store. I couldn't get like the exact colors and things that I wanted because like the actual like paint mixing part was closed. But in one of David Cho's vlogs, he goes to like the hardware stores and they have like a discount section there where pretty much like the people get paint mixed and then it doesn't come out as they wanted or something goes wrong. It goes to like this little discount section. And it's just such a hack for like getting cheap paints. I really want to get some like lighter grays, but I just got like two different kind of tone dark grays. Got a big tub of white. Also picked up like a light brownish sort of color. The kind of cool thing about going to the discount section sometimes is like there's like cheap paints that are there and they're like colors I wouldn't normally think to get. So I got this kind of like pastel-y, kind of darker kind of green. I don't really know if it's pastel-y, but you get it. Yeah, all these are so cheap. So I got 5 different tubs of this and came to $15. So yeah, to start, I'm gonna pretty much finish off kind of what I got up to last night. I need to add in a bit more kind of like purple back into it because I kind of lost some of the purples that I put in it. Most of it's going to be kind of covered by like a light grey and then like a fluorescent green, which is like the green down there. That's kind of like the main colour for this piece, pretty much to match the jumper that I was wearing yesterday. And yeah, once I've kind of got like the base of it finished off, I've got like a new sort of texture technique that I want to try on this painting, which I've actually been really wanting to try for a long time. So I'm super keen to see how this ends up turning out. Finish this off first and then get into doing that. Alright, I just realized that I should probably do this texture before I do the next step, which is putting like just like the main base coat color in a way. So I'm gonna try to use some of this like crackle texture kind of stuff. Now, I've never used this before, but it looks really cool. Apparently, like obviously the thicker you put it on, the thicker the cracks you get, the less you put on, the less cracks. Yeah, honestly, kind of have no idea. So kind of experimenting together with this one. Now, I'm not gonna do the whole entire canvas. I'm gonna try to do like different patches. I'm personally like big into having like lots of texture in your paintings. I was just saying how I get these paints and they're cheap, but they are very thin. That's kind of the downside to them. I definitely want to try, I've seen a lot of people use like the golden paints. Definitely want to try some of those. There's a artist that I follow and she uses them and gets like crazy texture. I don't know if she mixes it with like a modeling paste or a gesso though, but keen to try them out, but they're just so expensive, so that's why I haven't so far. Kind of just gonna freestyle this at the moment. I also don't know how long this stuff takes to dry, so don't know whether doing this right now is gonna kind of like ruin the plan of doing a painting tonight, but we will see. Well, even if I should be doing this kind of like on the ground so it's flat. I was thinking about doing that, but then I also can't really be bothered kind of moving this and setting up the camera and stuff. Being a bit lazy right now. I'll leave it like that for now and chill out for a bit and then we'll see what it looks like. Alright, so it's the next night. Last night pretty much was taking so long to dry, I pretty much just called it quits. I ended up trying to put in like a thicker layer of the paste on because there's like the parts that were pretty thin layered. As they were drying, they weren't really cracking that big. I'll pop up a few videos of like what the cracks are kind of looking like. Some parts kind of like cracked real intensely, almost where like the paint's kind of like flaking off. But yeah, I'm pretty confused on how this stuff kind of works. I just looked up a video of it just before. The lady that I saw using it, she actually put it down, let it dry, and then she painted on top, and the layer of paint that she put on top, that layer of paint cracked, which, yeah, it's confusing me how that's is the process of doing it, if that is it. So I'm definitely interested to put this next layer of paint over and see what it does. But yeah, kind of confused on how to properly use the stuff at this point. But if it's not working out, it's all good. I'll just keep painting over and continue with the painting. Like, I'm pretty keen to just get this painting moving along. Alright, so literally had no change in any of the cracks. Don't know whether it was just I left it to dry for too long. I have no idea. So I'm just gonna project on my design that I've drawn up and yeah, get into like the actual design of everything. Alright, so when I'm doing that, I generally just try and do it super rough. I'm not really trying to like perfectly transfer like my drawings that I've done onto here. I think it gives a bit more like rougher feel if you project things on to like speed up your painting process. I think it can just look like a little bit unnatural. For me, I'm just kind of really marking in like the scale of everything, and yeah, gonna chuck in some of the greens and start blocking out these colors and put some music on and see how far I can get through this. Just kind of shifted it over a little bit because it wasn't quite center. And I'm gonna make a little mix of like this fluorescent green and some modeling paste and kind of see how that turns out. Just to kind of thicken it up a little bit. Some of like the really small cracks, and I don't love them a whole lot. I kind of prefer like the bigger kind of cracking. Alright, so it's the next afternoon. I had work again today. Didn't really film any of the landscaping because I feel like there's only kind of so much landscaping that you guys need to see. Yeah, today wasn't as much of a write-off, so feeling much more awake tonight, which is good. Where I was actually working was pretty nice. It was like Australian forest kind of backyard, but snaky as hell. So that's the kind of downside to like landscaping here in Australia. It's just so much wildlife that just like can roll you. Last night's painting got through like a heap, like way more than I thought I was going to get through last night, which is sick. But yeah, still just kind of need to finish off doing all the rest of like all the outlining and everything like that, and then I can start working on more details. I also forgot to mention to you guys, for the people that kind of follow along with this channel, in my last few videos I started doing tattooing. I did 2 new tattoos on my legs and they actually turned out alright. Pretty like, not amazing, not like crazy clean, but way better than I thought they would. So tomorrow's Saturday and I'm probably gonna have a big beach day, make the most of the sun we've had at the moment. So when I got some shorts on, I'll show you the ones that I've done, and hopefully gonna do a couple more this weekend, because I know at the moment I'm kind of like been practicing heaps on the fake skins, but normal skins is quite a bit different, and then like you're just tattooing on like not just a flat surface is such a difference, and I don't really mind tattooing on my legs and things like that. I won't put that in this video. I'm kind of not really filming that stuff at the moment, but at some point I will. So I'm not really sure on how far through I'll get with this painting tonight. Might be able to get it done, but we'll see how late we start. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with this painting for now. I think it needs like a few more like drawings and things around the place, or just like a little bit more to add to it. But anyway, I'm gonna go to the beach. It's kind of like the first nice day that we've had in a while. These are the tats that I did the other weekend. Not like the world's best tattoos, but not bad for my kind of first ones, so kind of stoked on that. I'm gonna peel off this blue tape, see what it looks like, because generally it looks a lot different. And yeah, go chill out at the beach, hopefully do some drawings. It's kind of like the spot I like to do, like kind of all my art mock-ups and things like that. It's kind of nice just doing it in the sun. But maybe next time I see you, I might have 2 new tattoos, depending on how well these drawings go today. I really need to start working up with white tape, because for me, like the blue tape always like throws me off color wise. Yeah, anyway, final piece.